I'm live. Hey everybody. Hey everybody. It's Saturday night, so I'm not expecting a lot of people to join, if anyone at all. But that's okay. I trust some of you will be watching the replay. Okay. So if you're watching the replay, please leave a comment right now. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Let me know how long you've had your locks, if you're locked. And if you're not locked, tell me, are you interested in getting locks? Because why are you watching this video about lock maintenance if you're not interested? But if you are interested in starting your locks and you're not locked already, come here. Come closer. Come closer. I'm going to turn you out. Yes. So happy Saturday, everyone. Today's video. Can you guys see the title? Okay, winter hydration tips. Cool. I should change that to winter lock hydration tips because this is not about drinking water or anything like that. This is not about loose natural hair. This is about locks in particular. Hey, Ed Washington joining from Texas. He started your locks December 2013. Nice, nice, nice. You're not too far behind me. I started in 2010. Nice. Good job. Good job. Anybody else tuning in? Let me know how long have you had your locks, if you're locked, and where you're tuning in from. And if you don't have locks, why not? And why are you watching this video? No, again, I do need to change the title, but I don't think I can do that right here. Can I do that? Oh, I can. Okay. Let's see. Okay, boom. I changed it. I changed it. All right. Hope I didn't interrupt the stream too much just now. But anyway, so we're gonna get into our tips. We're gonna get to our tips. Valerie says, I had locks for 5 years. Congratulations on 5 years. I loved that time frame when I had my locks because they were at a length where it wasn't short, it wasn't super long, and I can do a lot of styles for fun. Like I just really liked experimenting with my hairstyles when my hair was nice and medium length, when it was nice and medium length. Now my hair is really long and it's hard to play around. This style right here, it took a lot out of me to do. For those of you who don't know, my locks are down to my butt. And I trimmed them to keep them there because they've gotten down to my thighs and I can't. Shout out to everybody who can handle that. It's not for me. So I keep mine. I like to keep mine at like my tailbone. So I'm due for a trim because mine is definitely in the cracks somewhere there. And I got to work on that. All right. I'm going to get to these tips because I can't stay on here long. All right. Oh. All right. So we're talking about hydrating your locks in the winter. Now, your maintenance in the winter often needs to be tailored considering two things. Well, several things. I'm going to talk about two things, but two things in particular. When you are indoors and you are in spaces that have artificial heat, radiators, space heaters, artificial heat, that is going to dry your hair out. You may notice it'll dry your skin too. So keep that in mind, especially if you are in a colder state. I'm in New York. It gets cold here. It gets really hot in the summertime, but it gets really cold in the wintertime. So that is something that I'm very mindful of because I love a space heater. I have a space heater going on right now. So hydration is really important when you have artificial heat going. So keep that in mind, right? Also, when you're outside, the cold air also can make your hair feel really dry as well. So, and the juxtaposition of those two can be really hard on your hair. Being inside with the dry air, the hot, dry air, artificial dry air, and then going outside in the cold air, it can really dry out your hair. So my number one tip for hydrating your hair, and honestly, this is going to go, this number one tip applies to all seasons. But the reason why I want to emphasize it for winter is because people think that they can skip this tip in the wintertime because they're not sweating as much. Can you guys guess my tip? My tip is to wash your hair more often. Now, the reason why people will choose to skip it more in the wintertime, in the colder months, is because they're like, oh, I'm not sweating. I'm not going out in the sun. I'm not going to the beach. I'm not whatever, traveling and all of that. So they think that they don't need to wash their hair as much. Oh, I'm always inside now. Like, my hair is covered. I don't need to wash my hair. If for no other reason you want to wash your hair, because washing your hair is the best way to hydrate your hair. There is no other time besides when you're washing your hair, when your hair gets fully saturated. Now, unless you're somebody who swims in the ocean or swims in like fresh water, because if you swim in a pool, that don't count. Not that chlorinated water, that don't count. But if you're swimming in bodies of water, natural bodies of water, then sure, maybe that's the time when your hair gets fully saturated with water. But other than that, most of us are not swimming every day or swimming every week, right? So the only time that our hair is fully saturated with water is when we wash it. Remember, water is the source of hydration for our hair. So washing your hair more often is fully hydrating your hair. Not only that, but we often use products on our hair. Our hair is just in the environment. So there's pollution getting into our hair. Sometimes someone's going to sneeze and it's going to get into your hair, right? Like, maybe you're in public transportation and like something dirty is going to brush up against your hair, right? You end up developing, even if you can't see it, you end up developing film on your hair that you need to clarify. Why is it important to clarify? Well, obviously, besides hygiene, like hygiene is a big one. But besides that, you want to clarify your hair so that when you are using products to nourish your hair for strengthening and things of that nature, your products are going to be more effective because it can actually get to the hair. It's not going to be fighting that film, right? That film of product buildup from old product, that film from dirt and whatever else that doesn't need to be on your hair, that's on your hair. So washing your hair, clarifying your hair is going to get rid of that film, that buildup, so that products can more readily be absorbed into your hair. Hey, Carolyn, greetings, good evening. Greetings and good evening. Yes. So, washing your hair more often. When I say more often, I really just mean regularly. Oftentimes people just fall off of their washing routine in the colder months because they feel like they don't need to wash it as much. And this is something that I've come across from talking to customers and just people DMing me and sending me emails. This is often what people tell me that they do. They tell me they don't wash their hair that much in the wintertime. But you really should keep up with your routine in the wintertime. Just because it's colder does not mean that you shouldn't be washing your hair anymore. No, your hair still needs hydration, and it may need hydration more than it did previously, depending on a whole bunch of variables. Like I said earlier, if you're in artificial heat a lot, that's going to dry your hair out. You want to wash your hair to thoroughly saturate your hair, to thoroughly moisturize your hair. Our hair is only really moisturized when we wash it. And when I say that, I mean because that's the only time that our hair is fully saturated. So I might be repeating myself a bit because I don't know who's coming in and coming out. So sorry if I sound redundant, but it's okay to sound redundant because that's how you remember things. That's how you remember things. Peyton says, I wash my hair every 2 weeks like clockwork. My scalp can't go too much longer without a wash, period. And I'm the same way. 2 weeks clockwork. And I've been like that since I was a kid. So before I even had locks, I was washing my hair every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. That's what my scalp likes. That's what my scalp gets every 2 weeks. So thank you for that comment, Peyton. And how long have you had your locks? Yes. So that's my main tip. So I do have other 2 tips, but those 2 tips, I trust that you guys already know them. So I will brush over them, but I really do want to emphasize the importance of washing your hair in the winter. People like to skip it. People like to think, okay, I don't need to wash my hair. I didn't sweat. I don't work out like that. I didn't sweat. I don't need to wash my hair. No, you do. You do. And especially if you are using products as well. So I was talking about the artificial heat, but I didn't really emphasize the products as much. If you are using products and you want those products to be effective, you got to wash your hair so that those products are reaching your hair. Product buildup will create a film over your hair so that you're not getting the benefits, the nutrients, especially if you're using organic, you want those nutrients to be absorbed into your hair, right? 5 years. Okay, nice, Peyton. Congrats on 5 years. I was just talking to Valerie earlier in the chat. She had her locks for 5 years, and I was saying how much I loved that time period because it was not short, it wasn't too long, and I could play with styles. So I hope you're having fun with styles. If you're into styles, I don't know. If you're not into styles, that's perfectly fine. But even if you're not into styles, I will still recommend that you still try some things now, because once your hair gets really, really long, once you hit 8 years, 9 years, 10 years and beyond, you might be like, dang, I wish I did some more styles when my hair was a little shorter. So even if it's not your style, try some styles. Just do it so you can say you did it. All right. Yes, Carolyn says same here. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, about the how often you wash your hair. Yeah, same here. Nice. Okay, so where was I? Product. Oh, let me take a quick intermission to remind you all that Love Light and Locks products right now are buy one get one free, and today is the 15th, so it's the first day of our product drop. So every month from the 15th through the 18th is the ideal time to shop, because that's when orders are being fulfilled. Okay, orders are fulfilled once a month during that period. Okay, so shop now, especially because it's buy one get one free. This is the only buy one get one free sale all 2025. So hop on it, take advantage. And the link is down below, KeishaCharmaine.com. You don't need a code anymore. You can just add the products to your cart. So if you want to try some organic products that's going to nurture your hair, nourish your hair, thicken up your scalp, soothe itching or relieve itching, I should say, strengthen your strands, improve growth along your hairline, hydrate your hair in between washes, definitely check out our products. Peyton says, I definitely have to try more styles. Yes, do it. I promise you. I promise you. Okay, so my tip number 2. So I think I emphasized number 1 enough. If not, I'll come back and emphasize it again some more in another video with some more like organized thoughts. Because right now I'm kind of like doing a stream of consciousness based on the email I sent out earlier today. So if you're not on my email list, you guys should get on my email list, because I do send out emails almost daily. Oftentimes they have tips. They usually have tips, and oftentimes they have deals. So definitely sign up for my email list. An easy way to sign up for my email list is to go to my website and then scroll all the way to the bottom of the homepage, and you can put in your email right there. And sorry if I'm talking really, really fast, but I'm trying to get all of this out because I do gotta run. So my next tip will be, I said it, mist in between wash days, right? So if you are someone who is avoiding the wash days, like I was discussing earlier, you're one of those people who are like, oh, it's cold, I don't have to wash my hair, I'm gonna just mist it. No. Misting is for in between the wash days, right? Because misting is going to add some supplemental moisture to your hair, but it's not going to fully saturate your hair. It's not going to fully get in there, right? And if it does, you're not misting it, you're drenching it. You're drenching it. So, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, if you want some, what's the word I'm looking for? If you want some maintenance that you can keep up, that you can be consistent with, you're probably not going to be consistent with drenching your hair. So I'm not going to recommend that. But you can be consistent with misting your hair if your hair tends to run dry. Everyone doesn't need to mist their hair, by the way. If your hair retains moisture really well, then you don't need to mist. And perfect timing for that question, CK. TK asks, should I mist like 3 times a week? So you know what you can do? You can try it 3 times a week and just observe your hair as you're doing it, like, and throughout the week, like observe your hair. Okay, my hair feels dry when I mist it 3 times a week. So maybe I should mist it 4 times a week, right? Like just feel it out and see if you need to do a more or less. But there's no way I can just tell you how many times you'll need to do it. There's no way I can tell you that. Like, I'm not your loctician. And even your loctician might not be able to tell you exactly, because your loctician is not with you every day. So they don't know exactly how your hair is. But maybe if you get like a consultation with one, they'll be able to better help you with that. But in general, I will say try 3 times a week, see how you like it, and move from there. Now I use my rose water moisturizer mist, and because of how it's formulated so that your hair retains moisture better, so you don't need to keep misting it. So me personally, I don't need to mist my hair every day. I don't need to mist it every other day. I really don't need to mist it more than, like, honestly, 2 times a week. I don't need to mist it personally more than 2 times a week. Some people tell me that they still mist with this every single day, but that's probably because their hair was more severely dry than mine, right? So everyone's gonna have their different needs, and just make sure your own personal needs are met. So 2 weeks for me is fine. 2 times a week for me is fine. If every day is, if you need to do it every day, then yeah, just figure it out. Like, feel it. You have to feel it out. Like, guess and check. CK says, is it okay to mist at nighttime? I don't necessarily recommend it, but it's just not ideal. If you're going to bed soon, no, I don't recommend that. I don't recommend misting it and then tying it up to go to sleep, because you're more likely to get mildew, and you don't want that. You don't want your hair to smell like mildew. So I recommend misting it in the morning if you're going to be moving around and your hair can dry properly. You know what I mean? So keep that in mind when it comes to washing your hair at night, misting your hair at night, and all those things. Yes. So mist in between wash days if you need to, if you need additional moisture outside of your wash days. And I didn't even really mention how often washing should occur. So I'm going to go back to the first tip a little bit. So I know we all have different preferences. We all have different lifestyles. So I like to just generally tell people once to twice a month and take it from there. Some people like to do it every 6 to 8 weeks. I don't recommend waiting that long for a wash, but I do understand people's what's convenient for some people is going to be inconvenient for other people. So I'll take that into consideration, of course, when you are determining how long you should be washing. I mean, how often you should be washing your hair. I personally wash my hair twice a month. And just from my observations, I think that most people probably do once a month. I think most people probably do once a month. So let me know how often do you guys wash your hair? Or if you have locks, that is. Let me know, how often do you wash your locks? And no judgment from me if you do it less often than me. I'm not trying to judge you. I just want to know, like, what is a sweet spot for a lot of you guys. And just from my experience, my observations, a lot of people tell me like once a month. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you feel inclined. I see some people are in here, but I don't see any comments telling me the frequency. That's okay if you guys don't want to share. But okay, CK says once a month unless I've been working out then twice. Okay. That's good. I think that's a good frequency. If someone is on, let's say, a particular hair growth journey where they're trying to reach a certain hair length goal or something, then in that case, I would recommend that you wash it a little bit more frequently, because you're probably using a little bit more product. So again, even if you're using very lightweight products on your hair, you're still going to get buildup if you are constantly adding product and not washing your hair and not shampooing it. So keep that in mind. If you're using a lot more product, you should be upping your frequency of washing as well. All right. Carolyn says every 2 weeks. Okay. Me too. Yes. Okay. And my last tip is to seal in that moisture. And again, I said the last 2 tips were going to be like the more obvious. So the first tip was to wash it more often. The second tip was to mist in between washes. And my third tip is to seal in that moisture. And I recommend sealing it with a lightweight product, a lightweight oil. So oil does not moisturize your hair. If your hair is dry, don't reach for no oil, because oil is just gonna seal in that dryness, right? So don't reach for no oil. If your hair is dry, reach for that mist bottle, reach for that rose water moisturizer, and moisturize your hair first, and then go ahead and seal in that moisture with some oils, if you like to. I know a lot of people don't like to oil the length of their locks. Their concern is product buildup. Again, clarify your hair. I like to do it once or twice a month, mostly every 2 weeks, right? So that's not a concern of mine. But if it is a concern of yours, it's probably because you don't wash your hair as much. And, you know, whatever works for your lifestyle and your, you know, your situation. But do know that sealing in your moisture with oils is not just sealing in the moisture, but you're also depositing nutrients into your hair. Especially if you're using an organic product, especially if you're using like the horsetail leaf growth oil, for instance, packed with silica, you're giving your hair those strengthening benefits. So it's not just moisture, it's strength, right? So, and with us with locks, especially those of us who have had our locks for several years, that strength, we need that. We need that, because the older our hair is, the weaker it is. Think about it. Like your hair at the roots is a lot stronger than your hair at the ends. The hair at the ends has a lot of more trouble with moisture retention. So sealing in that moisture when you are missing it, sealing it in afterwards, or after you wash it, sealing in that moisture with some oils is going to do you some good. It's going to help your hair stay stronger. So it's not only going to just keep the moisture in longer, but it's also going to help your hair be stronger. So you don't have to trim it as often. So you don't have to worry about breaking or breakage as much, right? Okay, so those are my tips for today. And sorry if I was talking really, really fast. But I hope my message was still received. I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to remind you guys one more time for tonight that Love Light and Locks products are buy one, get one free right now. So head over to my shop. The link is down below, KeishaCharmaine.com, and add your products to cart. You don't need a code. Just add what you want to your cart, and you'll see that it becomes buy one, get one free. And make sure you are selecting one-time purchase and rather than a subscription purchase, unless you want a subscription purchase, right? CK says, do you put oil all over your locks, like to the tip? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because my ends are the weakest part of my hair, because it's the oldest part of my hair. So the oils, I use the horsetail leaf growth oil, which is a strengthening oil. Right? You see how it looks? It's herb infused. This one has a really good infusion. As you can see, it's nice and dark green. That's from the horsetail herbs and being infused into it. And yes, I like to focus on my ends when it comes to using that oil, because it's a strengthening oil. It's going to keep my ends strength. It's going to keep my ends strong, so I don't have to trim it as often. I don't have to worry about them snapping off in public or just breaking. I don't have to worry about them getting weak. I can use rubber bands on my ends freely without worrying about the rubber bands breaking my hair off and all that. You know what I mean? So yes, to answer your question in short, yes, I do. And I do recommend it, especially if you're using the horsetail leaf growth oil, which is the strengthening oil. Horsetail is an herb with a lot of silica. And when I say a lot, I mean it's the second most abundant herb on the planet. The second most abundant plant on the planet in silica. Silica is what keeps our hair strong. Right? Okay. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Everybody have a beautiful Saturday night and stay safe. Make sure you head over to my shop, hop on that buy one, get one free, and have a great night. Bye. Love, light, and locks.